This week's Do More, Be More is on American entrepreneur Tom Bilyeu, who is a co-founder of Quest Nutrition and he's now the founder of Impact Theory. Tom Bilyeu has openly said that he's not a natural entrepreneur.
I don't think anyone is born anything. So
he doesn't have it in his DNA, he doesn't have it in his blood, and the way that he got there was from teaching himself. He says that the human is the ultimate adaptation machine. His company Quest Nutrition grew at 57,000% in only 3 years, where they made low sugar food taste good, and it was sold in 2019 for
$1 million.
Well, don't you think we should maybe ask for more than $1 million?
Okay then. We hold the world ransom for $1
billion, making it the second fastest growing company in North America. Now Tom Bilyeu's mission with Impact Theory is to pull people out of the matrix at scale by empowering their mindset. And they do this by getting guests onto their show who have already acquired strong mindsets so that you can learn and adapt your own ways. Similar to what CaffJuice are trying to do with our Do More, Be More videos. There's definitely a lot to be learned with Tom Bilyeu. Sun's killing me here. This is his 3 ways to be more.
The belief is very simple. You don't do things that don't serve you. And that brings us to adaptability. Now here's the bad news. You can adapt in a good way, you can adapt in a bad way. And it's all too easy to find comfort in familiarity, to adapt to something that is deeply unpleasant, and to remain stuck there. And as I was talking when we had Bo on stage about how you have these moments of breakthrough and what it's really going to take for you to get to that next level, it's to understand that the person that you are has gotten you as far as it's ever going to get you. So you've got to become a new person. You literally have to adapt. Now the great news is, like we talked in my first talk, that is what humans are wired to do. Humans are the ultimate adaptation machine. The reason that we are the only species that you can find in every corner of the globe. At one point, James Cameron was literally at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. We have sent human beings to the moon. We are going to send human beings to Mars. And the reason we're going to be able to do that is we can adapt to our surroundings. There was a woman who swam the Bering Strait. Really think about this. The Bering Strait is the space between Russia and Alaska. So you can imagine it's not quite a swim in the Bahamas. To make the swim, she had to change her fat from what's known as white adipose tissue to brown fat. Brown fat is more thermogenic, so it actually kicks off heat. To do that, for over a year, she had to expose herself routinely to cold temperatures, sleeping in the winters in Alaska with the window open. But in doing that, she actually put her body through an adaptation response. Her body got the message, adapt or die, so it adapted. And when you're willing to put yourself under those kinds of stresses to become that new thing you want to become, to be the new person that you want to be, to go farther than anyone you know has ever gone, to be the fucking GOAT, it is possible. But it demands a price. It demands a price. And what this weekend is about, it's about you deciding for yourself, where do you want to go? And what price are you willing to pay to get there?
So I want to get people on obsessive thinking. So one of the things people always ask me, okay, what's your secret to your success? I normally say reading, but I'll say that there's actually something else I do that people, it's hard to articulate, but here it goes. There's a great question that Peter Thiel asks. How do you take your 10-year plan and make it happen in 6 months? So if you obsessively think about, how do I accelerate this? Like, what's that quantum leap forward? And for him to be thinking about that, like the collapsing down to very little expense so that he can get into a place that's actually winning, win with that, build like a package up that he can go pitch to people and say like, look, I only want whatever, I want to flip more scooters, whatever. So he's getting in at, 1,000 or 10,000 instead of, 400,000. Then he can build that momentum and he just keep going upstream, upstream, upstream.
Lack of patience.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. You and I disagree on the use of the word patience, like so violently. So my thing is fuck patience, literally. But the thing is, I always tell people, I know what Gary means, and Gary means play the long
Macro
game.
patience, micro speed.
1,000%. The problem is when people hear patience, they get in a
become
passive
passive.
mode. Yes.
Literally forget everything else that I say. The following statement is the most important thing I can convey to you. And the fact that I'm really taking the time to stop, I want people to listen. This is so important. I lost 8.5 years of my life to this because I didn't understand this. The goal of the game that you're playing is not money and it's not success. It's brain chemistry. It's how you feel about yourself when you're by yourself. That's it. So I spent 8.5 years chasing money. I turned myself into a multimillionaire, and I was miserable in a way that, like, I know people listening to this get that, like, lost, hopeless. What am I doing this for? Like, nothing feels good. Nothing feels right. I'm profoundly unhappy. This isn't worth it anymore. And so I went into my partners. This is when we were running a tech company, because the company before Quest was a technology company. And I went in and I said, guys, look, I quit. I had taken myself from copywriter to being an owner in the company. They gave me 10% of the company just because I was delivering that level of performance. And I said, look, here's your equity back. I'm not going to cross the finish line. I don't think I should get anything for this. So literally gave up millions of dollars and said, I just have to go feel alive. So one, the notion of them getting the self-awareness, like that's already such a big deal that they believe that, because that is the key. You've got to believe, and humans lead with belief. Okay. So you're going to need to believe you can do something before you actually go out and do it, because you're not going to do it unless you believe your efforts are going to be rewarded. So training anything, self-awareness, business acumen, whatever it is, I know I can get good at it if I do the reps, right? So if people are willing to believe that, then it becomes a question of clarity.
That was Tom Bilyeu with his 3 ways to be more. I hope you learned a lot. There's some very interesting stuff there, and his success just goes to show that this does really work. If there's anyone you'd like us to do more, be more video on, then please leave it in the comments, and we'll do our best to do as many as we can.
Navy SEAL David Goggins says he knows how to make those changes stick. Goggins is described as one of the toughest men on the planet. He's the only man in history to complete elite training as a Navy SEAL.